Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, in a recent interview, just stated that, actually on Sports Illustrated, I'll leave the link below. He said that Deontay Wilder is simply holding the belt hostage. He says in 11 years, or 10 to 11 years that he's fought, he hasn't done what he's done in half the time. Okay. He said that this time next year, he's pretty confident that the fight will happen. That's if Deontay Wilder wants the work. If he wants this work, he can get this work. You know, he said it 70 times or more that he wants this fight. And he did bring up the fact that in 5 years, he's done more than Deontay Wilder. He's fought 6 to 8 top 10 opponents versus Deontay's maybe 1 or 2. And it shows that in half the time, he's serious about what he wants to do as his objective, and that's to be undisputed champion of the world. Now, me counterpunching that, I have to look at that side by side like I've done many times before, but Deontay Wilder has been a heavyweight for a very long time. You know, that's a long time, and 40 fights. And Anthony Joshua mentioned this in an interview. It's like, well, why didn't he do that if he was around a lot longer than I was? You know, and me counterpunching that, I feel like Joshua pretty much took the time and the steps to get something that I don't think Deontay or his handlers wanted him ever intended him to do as long as Vladimir Klitschko was around. Because that was a fight that could have been done if you wanted to prove to the American public, to the world, that Deontay Wilder was the best fighter in the world. I think that fight should have happened. I think that fight should have been at least in talks. It was never in talks. It was never planned by his handlers, and that's a fact. It could be backed up. Shelly Finkel said it himself. No, we're not going to throw our top heavyweight in there with these top guys. That's what Shelly Finkel said. So, Deontay Wilder, regardless of what his ambition personally is in the heavyweight division, I don't think that his handlers intended for him to be where he is even today. Or basically this, I don't think they intended him to be more than what he is right now. You know what I mean? Because he got the WBC. I think to them that satisfies them, because as a fighter, you only see so much potential to a fighter. You know, you can't expect him to do something that you don't see him doing. You know, you look at Shelly Finkel, he's older. Bob Arum, they're older promoters, managers. Okay, they've managed some of the best fighters, some of the well-known fighters like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. Okay, with Bob Arum, you know, and Shelly Finkel, you know, has managed Mike Tyson. But they see different strengths and weaknesses with different fighters. So saying that, they know about where their talent will plateau at. Okay? So when they seen Deontay Wilder, they must have had some type of idea that, okay, this fighter can only do this. You know what I mean? And this is where we're going. This is his limit, is the sky. Not sky's the limit. You know what I mean? So it would be unfortunate if the fight never happened. But back to Anthony Joshua in the interview, he seemed more frustrated than anything because, you know, imagine having interview after interview after interview where your specialty is not to talk. Your specialty is to fight. You know, and one thing about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, he likes to talk more. You know, a lot of people would argue that he's not good at it, but he does like to talk. He's more vocal than someone like Anthony Joshua. So he feels more comfortable in front of the camera, you know, letting people know how he feels and what he'll do and his expectations, you know, and the faith that he has within himself on what he can do. you know. So I think that's more comfortable with that, and he's actually getting the press that he needs. So, man, I really feel that I don't know if he's keeping it hostage. I think it's a plan to keep the WBC in America. That's my counterpunch on that. Will the fight ever happen? Maybe, maybe not. Um, but things develop every day, and tomorrow is a new day. We can say that. But but yeah, guys, check out this interview with Anthony Joshua. It's a brief 2-minute interview, and you guys tell me what you think about that interview, about this interview. Hit the like button. Please subscribe, and of course, you guys been counterpunched. Peace.